Multimedia. Hello everyone, my name is David John Spahn. I'm in here with Sarah Hart.
Hello everybody.
Hello. We are cooking up politics. Today we're going to be talking about Barack Obama's terrible performance as a president.
And we're getting ready for Halloween. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be carving out a pumpkin, and also we're making pumpkin pie.
Right. Now we're also broadcasting at the same time on Blog Talk Radio. And I think this could be like a regular weekend thing where we talk to the people and then they could call in, theoretically, on our Blog Talk Radio show, and we'll do our Ustream show and put it on YouTube. So let's kind of cook up politics every weekend. What do you say?
That sounds okay to me.
We'll see if that works. Sometimes we scrap plans that don't work out, but bottom line is let's try cutting this pumpkin. I've got a pumpkin here that I basically cored out because I bought it, or I didn't buy it. I should say I got it for free. And if you guys are on a budget because of a lack of income, it's a great way to just find blemished pumpkins. And you basically get them for free. Now, with this pumpkin, I really don't need the top cut off. I really don't.
Just leave it.
So I'm just going to go with a happy face.
It's going to be a big eye, and he's
a cyclops.
He's making a little happy face. David's already taken out all the seeds from the pumpkin pie. So what I do is I go through this material and I take out all that yucky fibrous material that you see there, and I will take that out and compost that material, and then I'll just save the seeds, and then the seeds will be used for toasting up the pepita shells.
Okay, what I have is a standard two-tooth smile. And you'll see
he's doing a really cute job.
That when you pop this guy out, you got to make sure it doesn't break off. The teeth tend to break off.
Oh, he's doing a really great job.
Well, I don't know. I made, whoops, flying pumpkin.
Okay.
Pumpkin. Whoa.
Oh, okay, there we go.
Okay, this is the meat. For those of you that are watching this is the meat that you can cook with. And what I did previous to this day,
he cut up a whole pumpkin instead of making something with a cute smile like this guy.
Yeah.
He made a whole pumpkin, and then he takes this meat and he cooks it up whole with the skin on it, and then once it's cooked, then he will take the skin off of it, and once it's cooked, he'll take the skin off of it.
Right. So it takes about
to work with.
For pieces like this, if you put them in the microwave, it takes about 12 minutes in a bowl like this. So if you're cooking, it takes about 12 minutes, put a cover over the bowl. Sometimes I use an inverted plate to save on plastic. An inverted plate will work. And put a little bit of water in there and get it going. Now,
so the inverted plate saves on heat?
Yeah.
So it actually cooks a little bit faster if you put a plate on top of it. All right, fantastic.
Okay,
so
now.
Your cute pumpkin. I should see that pumpkin again.
I don't think it will fit here.
I think it's so cute. It's bizarre.
Okay.
It's a cyclops.
It's the cyclops pumpkin. It turned out to be a bad part in the pumpkin that we happened to, retrieve. Okay, so thank you for coming in or watching this on YouTube. What we want to discuss also with Cooking Up Politics is how ineffective Barack Obama's been as a president. And this past week, a story popped up about how Barack Obama actually ordered the Lehman Amendment, the Leahy Amendment, to be passed and to invoke it with Pakistan. And the Leahy Amendment essentially says that we will not fund any military operations in the field that in any way have problems with battlefield justice, where some innocents may have been killed or hurt. And what he's going to do now is cut off funding to certain troops in Pakistan, all the while asking Pakistan to move deeper into Afghanistan, which is sending double messages, which is something that we're obviously notorious for in America. But right now under Obama, it's certainly not the way to go. It's no way to stop the Taliban by cutting funding in forward area fields. And this is the first time it's ever been done with an ally. The very first time, and it's unprecedented. So I have to argue, is Barack Obama sabotaging our political policies, our world policies? Is he sabotaging our position around the world, weakening our strength, especially considering Pakistan has the Taliban virtually 50 miles from Islamabad. Islamabad is one of the areas where the cruise missiles in Pakistan are located. If the enemy gets those cruise missiles, they could veritably threaten the entire world. So what is Obama doing? By mixing up policies, by telling them one thing to pursue Afghanistan, and then at the same time not going to fund certain forward troops that the Pakistanis have that are fighting a war. Okay, Now I'm going to make this a little bit more fun because obviously Sarah's going to show you the crust, which she is really famous for.
All right, so what I've done is I made some pie crust, and I'll show you the bowl of the pie crust mixture. Basically it's 2 1/4 cups of flour, about a teaspoon of salt, milk and oil, half cup of milk and a 1/3 cup of oil. And the great thing I like about this pie crust is there's no butter, there's no saturated fat, so it's really fantastic to use. All right, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get my pie tins ready, and you have to roll out the pie crust, and we're going to do that. We're going to roll out the pie crust and get these ready for the pie tins, and then we're going to do another recording, I guess, a little bit later about the actual pumpkin pie mixture. Right. If you're watching us on Blog Talk Radio, we're simulcasting on Ustream, so if you want to see us live, it's ustream.tv/channel/America's Third Party, and I'm going to go ahead and get this ready.
Okay, great. While you do that, I will basically talk about politics right now. We got the November midterm elections coming. As you know, we're in America's Third Party. We are trying to build a political coalition in the center of the political spectrum, and a lot of people right now want to be polarized. They want to either vote a Republican or vote Democrat. They would never even consider a third party because some people still think the Republicans might have a chance at pulling our country out of the dark waters that it's in right now. I tend to believe that the American people will find out very shortly that the Republicans don't have any answers. America's Third Party does have answers. We have great programs to get jobs going and a great way to balance our budget and cut $2 trillion in waste, something Obama promised he would do and didn't deliver on. And we've got a way in which we're going to use auditors to actually deal with government accounting, which has never really been tackled. The Government Accounting Office has never really made a good assessment of how much waste is going on in our country. Now we're going to show
you. I'm going to have to get some
flour. Okay.
All right, I'll do it.
Sometimes,
sorry,
yeah,
go ahead.
We can do that. The idea of cutting waste is central to getting a zero deficit, and I promise to get a zero deficit the first year I'm president. My goal is to get about half of the federal employees removed from position, and in order to do that, I'm going to assess their value as federal employees. I'm going to ask them what have they done and what would they like to do, and from those assessment sheets, we'll determine whether they keep their job. It's that simple. And if I make the kind of cuts necessary to bring this country's budget under control and build jobs and spawn industries, and I am, after all, David Sponheim. I can spawn things. I can spawn industry, we can spawn enterprise, and we can spawn a brand new beginning for America. But the goal here is, we'll show you she's going to start in with that.
My pie crust.
Yeah, you'll take a look at the pie crust, and you'll see how she makes this. This is a very low-fat, low-salt pie crust.
It's on this thing.
Yeah. Well, what I'm going to do right now, we're going to sign off on YouTube. And we'll say thank you very much for watching this, but come back on Saturday and catch us on Ustream at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time and on Blog Talk Radio, where people could call in and talk politics. So we've got a call-in number, and we broadcast it during the show. People can call in and talk about the issues. And that's what we're trying to create here, a kind of a technological mecca, if you will, of opportunity to have rich internet experiences with people that are actually doing it. Now, building political parties is what we're all about. We go ahead and wrap this up. We've been doing this for about 2 years, and I'll tell you, it's starting to really succeed. The goal is not to push it too hard, but to actually finesse it and make people understand that if they want a president that can connect to the people, it will be a real president, not somebody who's going to stand there and read off a teleprompter.
You need David John Sponheim. Thank you for watching and on YouTube, and you can continue to listen on Ustream and Blog Talk Radio. Thank you.